I know Madison has struggled to see at times just how much of a game changer she can be, but I mean, was yesterday at all a little bit eye opening for her, just seeing what she was able to do and how she changed the game?
Yeah, I definitely think she was proud of herself, and knows that, she needed one of those games eventually to kind of get herself back and feeling good. I mean, I've always thought when she did play her minutes, with the exception of about 45 seconds to or so, about a minute at Michigan, she's been an impact for us. It was just nice to be able to play her almost half the game. And, they got out of the gates pretty hard with that dribble drive motion. And as soon as we put her in, she really affected their ability to get to the rim, which is what that offense is all about. So I was proud of her. I mean, I thought she gutted some things out too. I mean, she hasn't practiced in like 2 weeks, over 2 weeks. So, you saw some issues in the second half of outlets, but it's just because the kid is seriously not practiced for over 2 weeks. So I think, playing with her teammates is something we just got to try to find ways to do if she's feeling up to it. But I know she felt good. I mean, I talked to her after the game, obviously, and on the ride home, and then texted her again this morning. Just really proud of her and how she, was patient yet aggressive. And once she got one or two, she wasn't over trying to get the next one. She just played within herself. So it made a huge difference for us.
What was the difference for you guys offensively yesterday? You guys kept the intensity going for the full 40 minutes of the game. What kind of went well for you guys yesterday?
Well, I mean, we just had people making shots. I mean, we've struggled sometimes, to execute. I don't think they were really any different looks. We just made them. I thought Tori was really, really good, having to, play multiple positions for us and still find a way to score. And, I thought that really helped us. And, Ariel was, really impactful as well in scoring the ball. And those two kids, when they do, usually good things happen for us.
Suzy, I know you're real concerned about. Is this working? Doesn't matter to me, but I know you're real concerned about effort the other night. I know one game doesn't write everything that's wrong, but was that a wake-up call at all? And did you see more kind of effort that you're looking for yesterday?
Definitely. I thought, there was just a different kind of mentality. It seemed like out of the gates. There was, defensively especially. I thought our kids picked things up on that end of the floor, intensity-wise, and our offense was still a little choppy. But I do think we were at least erring on the side of being more aggressive than less. And I felt like in the game prior to that, we, were just pretty individualized out there, and it was just nice to share the ball a little bit and get back to fighting together.
Hey, Susie, in the back. Your two freshmen scored 45 points combined yesterday, and I've heard Tom Anastas talk recently about trying to find that balance between star freshmen and upperclassmen who have earned their keep over the years. Where do you find that balance point, and how do you manage that today and tomorrow attitude of, the future's so bright for your program right now, but you also have these players that have earned their time?
Well, I mean, as I said prior, it wasn't as easy a mesh as I thought it was going to be in the beginning of the season, which is why we were kind of like that. But I think now it's a little more fluid. I think the upperclassmen certainly are playing to the best of their abilities in most cases, and we've learned just to go to work and practice. And I think the more you can practice, the more you can work on certain situations. I don't think we're a selfish team, so I think it started there. I think it's not like the upperclassmen don't want the freshmen to do well. It just was a little harder to accept probably in the beginning, but now I don't think they think anything of it. I mean, at this point, you're almost into your sophomore year, those freshmen. So I think it's tough though. I mean, he's right. It's, managing egos and people that have been here before and the respect of that, and they have the wisdom, but these kind of young bucks come in here and just play like they've always have, and trying to merge that is a difficult task sometimes.
You're about at the midway point right here of the conference season. I mean, just what's your thoughts that how this team kind of stacks up and just the Big Ten in general at the halfway point?
Well, the Big Ten is interesting. I mean, it's just, there's so much parity. It's a tough league. I mean, you look last night, Nebraska lost at Northwestern, and obviously we lost to Illinois. Not saying that they're good or bad. It's just the parity. I mean, you got to bring it every night. You got to be mentally sharp and physically sharp. And I know coaches, you think that's coach speak, but that's the reality of it. I mean, teams that excel usually perform with a high level of intensity and commitment and have consistency there. And for us and other teams, when you're doing this consistently, scoring 80 one night and 40 the next, it makes it difficult to kind of figure out what team's going to show up. But if you can get some consistency out of the performers that are playing extended minutes, obviously, I think you're going to do well. I like where we're at. I mean, we're still in the hunt. I don't think nobody's undefeated. We have a lot of tough games ahead of us, and for us, really, it's just about the next one at this point.